Hi, this video is going to be a spotlight video, and we're going to shine the spotlight on statistics done wrong. All right, this textbook, or I shouldn't say textbook, this book is perfect for people who want to get into statistics or data science, but they're not feeling so comfortable about that math stuff. Maybe they don't like formulas, maybe they don't like equations, but they want or need to understand statistics and data science. So this is really good for those people because this doesn't really have a whole lot of equations in it. Now, another group that this is an excellent book for are the people who have had all those formulas, equations, those tables, probability distributions crammed down their throats, and they can execute and they can work with this, but they only see like individual aspects, and they want to make sure that they can see the forest through the trees. They've been taught how to handle the details, but they don't have the full big picture. So if you want to make sure you have the big picture aspect of statistics, this is the book for you. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so here is the website for the textbook. This is from No Starch Press, so nostarch.com/stats done wrong. All right, so I cannot articulate this enough that Statistics Done Wrong is a statistics book without formulas. All right, so that completely goes against the grain of a statistics book. So this feature of it makes it both beautiful and unique. All right, this makes this accessible to so many different people that normally wouldn't be able to get into statistics. All right, so who is this for? Well, first and foremost, people who are less comfortable with computations. So you can go ahead and say that you hate math. If you hate math, but you need statistics, this is the book for you. All right. Now, also, someone who has been exposed to introductory statistics or more, and they want to make sure that they get the big picture aspect. They want to understand the larger view of what's going on. Courses, what they do, they teach you a skill, and then they give you homework on it, then they give you a test on it, then they give you a new skill, and they give you homework, and then they give you a test, and you repeat until you pick up all these individual skills, but getting the broad picture gets left out far too often. And so this textbook does a good job of addressing that. Now, what else does this book deliver? Well, really, this does a really good job of pointing out pitfalls and mistakes in data analysis. All right, just like the name would say, statistics done wrong. I mean, it's indicating these are common wrong steps, common mistakes that people make when using statistics. All right, so if you wanted to learn these individual aspects, honestly, you'd pick them up, in the course of a bachelor's degree or similar in statistics. All right, that take you years of studying. You can read 129 pages and pick up a large chunk of that pretty easily. Now, one thing that I found as I was reading through this book was that I intuitively knew a lot of this material. Like, it was very obvious to me, it was very clear, but then I realized I never thought to articulate that. Now, I have a PhD in mathematics. I've done theoretical statistics up, down, left, and right, and I know these things, but I don't think to say them. This book fills in that gap. And so this is excellent for those who want to learn like these mistakes and pitfalls so that they don't make those errors. Most of the stat courses, this is crammed with math. Especially the introductory courses, largely just so that we can have a way of writing tests, is that we cram the course full of math and the students get through, and yeah, they can find, values on normal table and stuff like that, but they don't really see the point. Statistics Done Wrong does a good job of giving you what is the point of all those formulas and equations. Also, it does a really good job explaining p-values. The book has 129 pages of content. It's an easy read, and it's a tablet-sized book. You can get through this. You got time for this. Now, what was my personal favorite section? All right, so I do a lot of predictive analytics, and so of course, my favorite section was chapter 8, model abuse, and specifically the fitting data to watermelons. First of all, it's a funny name. It talks about a case study where somebody for a paper, uh, did some advanced sensors on the hollowness of watermelons to measure ripeness. And well, it worked out that they end up having 1,600 predictor variables for ripeness. Well, because they had such a small sample size, they're going to have perfect model fit on their data. So this is a very, very good example of overfitting a model. It's a real life example. Overfitting a model is a horrible thing to do in this lane. And so the book explains overfitting very well. And it explains why it feels so appealing when you're in that situation. I've made the mistake myself. When I was first learning, statistics, I overfit a model on a project, and everything looked so good. I was so excited, and it was just horribly overfit. And so I remember the pain of the grade I got in that class, or that on that assignment, I should say. And so I'm always mindful of that risk of overfitting when I'm building a model. The book does a good job of explaining what that is and how you can get lured into overfitting. And it does a brief description of cross-validation as a way of protecting ourselves from this. So in summary, Statistics Done Wrong is an excellent book for those who want to look at statistics without using formulas, that they want to understand what's going on without having to go through the mathematics of statistics. They want to go through the understanding and the execution of it. Well, that's all I've got for you. Life is short, do math.